24 hours in Countryside, Anderson Square in Georgetown, and Centennial Towers in West Bay. And by the Ministry of District Administration, explore your history, explore your land, explore your sister islands. And Cayman Airways, call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And Doctors Hospital, peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066.
But I do have some questions.
There are more questions than answers.
Cayman Islands' foremost listeners participation program.
Talk today.
What is on your mind, Cayman? If you are ready to talk, we are ready to listen. Here's your host.
Good afternoon and welcome to Talk Today. My name is Orrett Connor and I'm filling in for Sterling Dwayne Ebanks today, and we will talk more about Mr. Ebanks' absence during the course of the show as well. We will also talk about the fact that again in Cayman Brac, more Cuban migrants have arrived there, as well as we will talk about the ex gratia pensions uplift that has been announced by government as well. We know several persons have been inquiring about that, so we have a press release that we will share with you. When there are no guests in the studio, we will also have phone lines that are open, so don't change that dial. Please stay tuned. Talk Today. We'll be back shortly.
Talk Today is reminding you
to avoid any statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use indecent language or make any statement that is false or misleading. Call 1-800-534-8255, 949-6990, 949-8037, or WhatsApp us on 925-3261.
And now, back to Radio Cayman Talk Today.
Good afternoon and welcome to Talk Today. Orrett Connor filling in for Sterling Dwayne Ebanks. As you know, yesterday you got a brief announcement that Mr. Ebanks, will be presenting himself as a candidate in the upcoming general elections. And while I listened to the show yesterday, I would also opine that the committed audience that Mr. Sterling Dwayne Ebanks commanded during his tenure as the host of Talk Today, that he would have preferred to make a more graceful and gracious exit as well, and hopefully he will get an opportunity to do that, because we know that there are many of you out there who are fans of Talk Today and Mr. Sterling Dwayne Ebanks as well. So we'll talk more about that. I also want to remind you that at the end of the show today at 2:30, we're urging you to stay tuned after that, because we will be bringing you a message from the Honorable W. McKeever Bush, a Member of Parliament for West Bay West and Parliamentary Secretary as well. That will take place immediately after 2:30 Talk Today as well. So the phone lines are open. We expect to have some guests. Until those guests arrive, the phone lines will be open if you want to talk about things, if you want to give kudos to Mr. Sterling Dwayne Ebanks. I believe that he's within earshot of Radio Cayman as well, and would certainly be able to hear if and when you call in to talk about him, to congratulate him, to wish him well, maybe even to give him some public on-air advice in terms of his campaign strategy, whatever. The phone lines, will be open. We have a toll-free number if you're calling from a flow phone. That toll-free number is 1-800-534-8255, or the landlines 949-8037, 949-6990, or WhatsApp number 925-3261 as well. So first of all, we see that Customs and Border Control issued a press release around about 11:34 today, stating that the Cayman Islands Customs and Border Control Service confirms that on Saturday, the 22nd of February, at approximately 4 p.m., they confirmed the arrival of a vessel with 4 migrants in the creek. I say creek, but I believe in Susan they say creek in Cayman Brac. Creek. I've heard some person say creek. Yeah, yes. Creek, Cayman Brac. And that CBC officers responded promptly and ensured all individuals were secured and received into custody. The migrants were being processed. They were processed in accordance with established Customs and Border Control protocols as well. So that happened on the 22nd, last Saturday. Those of you who have been following the elections program as well, I believe that there may have been some persons who incorrectly assumed that the Parliament would be dissolved today. The dissolution of Parliament based on the election program will take place tomorrow, the 1st of March. That will take place. So those of you who, and just for clarity as well, it will be a proclamation that is made by the governor. So no one will actually go and sit in Parliament and say, or the Speaker or anyone else to say this Parliament is dissolved. I believe at the last sitting of Parliament, the current members of Parliament all had an opportunity to say their farewells, and those who would be contesting or trying to retain their seat in Parliament would have said differently from those who would no longer be contesting the elections as well. So the dissolution is more of a procedural matter and a notification, official notification, more than a physical one in terms of appearing in Parliament and having it done in Parliament as well. Those persons who have been curious about the pensions, and I've received numerous messages from people inquiring about the pensions. So this is a press release that came out again today at almost 11 o'clock this morning. Public service pensions ex gratia uplift announced, and I will read it verbatim for you. Government has announced ex gratia uplift payments for eligible public service pensioners. Minimum cumulative monthly pensions will move from, and listen carefully people, so those persons who have a cumulative means that everything being added together, culminating in the amount of monthly pension that they receive. Those who receive pensions will move from $1,250 to $1,500. So that's a $250 increase. The uplift will be processed for qualifying pensioners, as part of the March payroll and will be paid retroactive to January 2025. So you will get it in March payment and it will be retroactive to January 2025. In commenting on the uplift, Premier Honorable Juliana O'Connor Connolly noted that the high cost of living significantly eroded the value of welfare payments, making it necessary to adjust support for vulnerable populations. And she's quoted as saying, Cabinet approved the uplift as part of our government's broader commitment to strengthening the welfare safety net and assisting those most in need. This decision will bring much needed relief to pensioners, allowing them to better cope with affording their necessities. The Deputy Governor and Head of the Civil Service, the Honorable Franz Manderson, shared similar sentiments, and he's quoted as stating, the pensioners faithfully served the government and people of the islands for many years, and without doubt this uplift in pensions payments is greatly deserved. We owe a debt of gratitude to our pensioners who laid the foundation for our civil service and the growth and development of the Cayman Islands. The ex gratia uplift will support the implementation of government's policy objectives to create parity between long-term financial assistance and the minimum amounts paid to public sector pensioners. Currently, and this is information for you, currently there are 633 active ex gratia uplift recipients who will qualify for this increase. And folks, those are people who, when you took into consideration their pensions, were really not getting that much, so it was uplifted to $1,250 at one point in time. It is now up to $1,500 per month for those persons who never reached the amount that they should be at in relation to pensions. They were way, way below that as well. We're going to take a commercial break, and I believe we do have our guest in the studio, Ms. Susan. Oh, okay. I thought I saw someone inside there, and I thought I was good. Not a problem. We got lots more to talk about, and I still have some energy left after doing For the Record this morning. So don't change that dial. Please stay tuned for The Record. We'll be back shortly.
Did you know ordering your favorite sandwich from Subway just got easier? Yeah, picture this. No more waiting in line. No more fussing with cash. Just a delicious taste of Subway at your fingertips. With our new app, ordering your go-to sub is as easy as a few taps on your phone. Plus, receive exclusive deals and earn loyalty points with every purchase made on the app. Download the new Subway app today and get ready to ditch the lines and drive straight into your flavor. Visit the App Store or Google Play Store on your mobile phone and search for Subway Cayman Islands. Subway. Eat fresh.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning.
Ouch.
When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
Stay cyber secure with Cayman National. Protect your computers and mobile devices with security software to defend against cyber attacks through viruses, malware, and other online threats. Be aware of unsecure Wi-Fi connections when in public. If you need to access your online banking or sensitive information on your mobile devices, try disabling the Wi-Fi and switching to data from your mobile network. If you suspect a fraud attempt, please contact our customer support team at 949-8300.
Wouldn't it have been grand if you had purchased land 30 years ago? It may not be 2020, but a perfect vision has never been more clear. Cayman Brac and Little Cayman, poised for growth with an eye on the future. Your land, your history, your future. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Now, more than ever, supporting your immune system is crucial to helping your body fight off illnesses like the common cold, the flu, and COVID-19. At ValueMed Pharmacy on Walkers Road and in Buttontown, we carry all the essential vitamins and minerals to help support your immune system and improve your overall health. Some of our top immunity support picks are vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, elderberry, and quercetin are the popular 7-in-1 immunity support. Our pharmacists are always on hand to help guide you and answer any questions. Visit ValueMed Pharmacy on Walkers Road or Buttontown. Live happy, live healthy with ValueMed Pharmacy.
Radio Cayman Talk Today continues.
Good afternoon and welcome back to Talk Today. My name is Orrett Connor, and I want to remind you our phone lines are open. Our toll-free number 1-800-534-8255. Other landlines 949-8037, 949-6990. WhatsApp number 925-3261. So let's look at the election schedule as published by the Elections Office. So like we pointed out that tomorrow, Saturday, the 1st of March, the Parliament will be dissolved, right? Huge difference. There's a difference between the dissolving the Parliament and proroguing, and sometimes dissolution and prorogation are used interchangeably, but in this particular case, Parliament is no longer for now. But our parliamentarians, or current parliamentarians, continue to retain their title and their post. And most importantly for some of them, they also get their salary. Why? Because they are subject to recall in the event of any emergency or any reason that Parliament has to be recalled before the results of the next general elections, which we will know hopefully before midnight on April the 30th, if not early the 1st of May, we will know as well. They continue to remain members of Parliament until then. And some may say, why is that the case? Well, folks, those of you who may not have been around then, Hurricane Gilbert taught us a lesson. We found out and we discovered again another deficiency in our Constitution, because bear in mind at that time we did not have our 2009 Constitution, right? And we were effectively left without a legislative assembly, despite the fact that we did have a caretaker government as far as executive council or cabinet, or as far as cabinet was concerned. So provisions have been made so that government and Parliament can continue, that decisions can be made in a legal fashion, and that it can be made by your representatives as opposed to a UK installed governor, which occurred after Hurricane Ivan, as well. So that's all of the reasons for that. So again, the dissolution of Parliament on Saturday. Simultaneously, the proclamation declaring the general elections will be made and come into effect as well on March the 1st. And then the big day on Monday, we will have our nominations. And that, folks, after 3 p.m. in the afternoon, you will know who the real candidates are, not the ones that we speculate about. You will know the real candidates, because nomination. Once they have been nominated, that effectively makes them a candidate. Now, bear in mind, and we hope this doesn't happen, but if a candidate were to become deceased after being nominated, then the ballot papers would have already been printed and in some instances may have already been distributed, because we know that the postal voting process is going to start, very quickly after that. Or if a candidate withdraws at some point in time, there are those two possibilities out there as well. But officially, we will know after 3 o'clock on Monday, the 3rd of March, who the candidates are. And of course, that will include a colleague, or former colleague here at Radio Cayman, Mr. Sterling Dwayne Ebanks, who we wish the best, wished him all of the success. And, from a legal and, what else should I say? From legal and best business practice standpoint, where we can, we will give him any advice that we can possibly give him in terms of, what to say, how to run his campaign, and all of those things. Once it does not involve the conflict of interest in terms of what we do here at Radio Cayman as staff of Radio Cayman and what we do as individuals ourselves. But we wish him all the best. We want to see him succeed. And I'm sure that he will be buying some, Ms. Susan, I'm sure he's going to be buying some slots, some advertising slots on Radio Cayman as well. And maybe I will have the privilege, of interviewing him here, as well. Of course, what I will miss also is on election night, he and I sitting down together and, doing an analysis of the results, as they come in as well. And I want to put another little plug in there as well, that here at Radio Cayman, we want to get our reporters as close to the ground as possible, so that when those results start to come in, officially or unofficially, that we're able to announce them right here on Radio Cayman. We know that that is difficult, because if you have never been to a count before, I will try to explain to you and exactly how it takes place. So the candidate can be at the count and can also have another accounting agent with them, monitoring the count, having their own tally sheets and counting along with the returning officer. They are allowed to leave the counting station and return. So one of them will usually go outside and tell their supporters quietly or whatever, what the results are at that point in time, but even before the final results. So that is why the general public sometimes will get that information, and you will see it flashing all on social media, while the official news media has to wait a little bit longer to get it. We have to see here at Radio Cayman how we can get around that we can get the source as quick as the public gets it on social media as well. But that is one of the things that we want to do. And like I said, I will miss Sterling Dwayne Ebanks, if God is willing, that I'm here on election night and analyzing the results as well. So nomination day, the 3rd of March, that's when it'll be official. You need to be nominated by at least 2 registered voters in your constituency. You have to have that $1,000 to pay. And I remember in the days when we were running the election, there were times when some candidates had to struggle to get that $1,000. I remember one time, I believe we had a mixture of CI and US dollars together to make it up as well. Of course, these days you have your debit card and all of those things. One of the things that we can also talk about today is that $1,000. Why should the losing candidate, those that get less than 10% of the votes in that constituency, why should they be penalized and not get their deposit back while everyone else gets theirs? The rhetorical question is, shouldn't everyone pay that $1,000 and it should be non-refundable? It should either go towards the cost, defraying the costs of a general election, or maybe take the money and give it to some worthy charity as well. But that was a very difficult tooth to pull, simply because that had to be approved by our parliamentarians, the same ones that got elected and got their $1,000 back. And none of them at the time when those proposals were made wanted to give up their $1,000 in the event that they won the election. With that, we're going to take a commercial break. When we return, we'll talk more about the general election program, which runs right up until the 30th of April, and even what happens after the 30th of April as well. Don't change that dial. Please stay tuned. Talk Today. We'll be back shortly.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Easter vacation is just around the corner, and Cayman Airways has added multiple extra flights to some of your favorite destinations, some of mine too. Look here, they got seats available now for booking on extra Easter flights between Grand Cayman and Kingston, La Ceiba, Miami, Cayman Brac, Little Cayman, and you can even catch a non-stop flight to Montego Bay for Easter. Check it out. You can visit CaymanAirways.com, contact a local travel agent, or call Cayman Airways Reservations on 949-2311. Oh, don't wait too long though, because these extra Easter seats always sell fast. Be sure to add your Sir Turtle Rewards number to your booking so you can earn more miles for more free trips this year. Well, I know where I'm going. I'll see you on board a uniquely Caymanian airline for Easter.
Stay cyber secure with Cayman National. Here are a few tips that will benefit you. Ensure to log out completely when you finish any online banking activities. Be aware of phishing attempts and only click links from trusted sources that are sent from your device through emails and messages. Remember, Cayman National will never ask you for your credentials. If you suspect a fraud attempt or that your account has been compromised, please immediately contact our customer support team at 949-8300.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
The offices of dermatologist Dr. Wayne Porter will be taking appointments February 22nd to the 28th at his Crew Road Clinic. Appointment slots are limited whether you're seeking advanced skin care, Botox, filler, cosmetic skin enhancements, or simply looking to reduce wrinkles. Dr. Wayne Porter offers a full-service dermatology and dermatological surgery practice. For more information, email drporterkman drporterkman@gmail.com. That's drporterkman@gmail.com. Call 946-9020 to book your appointment today. That's 946-9020.
The Cayman Islands Agriculture Society presents Roots, Rock, Reggae with reggae superstar Taras Riley live in concert at the Agriculture Fairgrounds on Saturday, March 1st, alongside Mr. Notch and Local Motion 345, Sugar Daddy, Sound Revolution, and more. It's Roots, Rock, Reggae going down Saturday, March 1st at the Agriculture Fairgrounds. General admission tickets only $45 and VIP $65 with access to the raised viewing platform. Purchase your tickets now at eventpro.ky. Roots, Rock, Reggae is brought to you by the Ministry of Planning, Agriculture, Housing and Infrastructure, Cayman Distributors, Coca-Cola, and Cayman Airways.
Radio Cayman Talk Today continues.
Good afternoon and welcome to Talk Today. I believe we have a caller. Let's go to the phone lines. Caller, welcome to Talk Today.
Hey, good afternoon to you, Mr. O.C.
Good afternoon. How are you, my friend?
I'm well for the most part. I trust you are also.
I am, thank you.
Thank you. Just picking you up on some of your little reasoning and rapping there in relation to, specifically in relation to the whole $1,000 and the refundable stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because, having stood in the gap before, I understand it. I wouldn't want to see any changes done in regard. Well, if there was a change that I thought would be the right thing, would be to lower it, because I don't think we should ask for candidates to bear any sort of cost in relation to standing for elections. Elections in a democracy are just that, and the country calls for those elections to happen every 4 years. And I think any stifling of the people's choice in that regard, whether it's limited to money or otherwise, is wrong. So, for example, I know there are some people who've said in the past, I've heard things like, they shouldn't be allowed to run and that sort of thing. No, you can't do that. The people get to decide in the ballot who's elected. And any sort of infringement on that entire process of democracy, should be at the most limited, in my view. We've seen many countries, not the least of which North America. So we have people who stand for office who have tremendous amount of money. And so, it limits in and of itself that process of getting involved with making things from a cost perspective, makes it very limited in terms of who gets a stand. So you have to raise a huge amount of money. I believe also, so that's the reason, as I believe, and certainly remember, was that the reason why it's refunded is for that same reason. You want to put some sort of a fee so that it's not willy-nilly. Somebody just can't just come and do it willy-nilly. Although, again, like I said, if it was up to me, it should be $500 or $100 for the reasons I just gave a while ago. But you don't want people to just willy-nilly just come, and that's why you ask for there to be nominations. And then you should at least think that you can at least garner a certain percentage of the vote. And in this case, it was decided 10%. So I think that's why that all comes about. You don't want to stifle people from the opportunity of being able to stand for elections, since it's a free and open process. And you want to always allow the voter to choose who they want. And that's why I believe it should stay as it is. Just my thoughts.
Okay, before you go, do you believe that this rule that we have in relation to the deposit, that it probably came about when government's coffers were not as robust as they are today, and as a result of that, at least wanting to have some of that money to defray the cost of the elections? And I get your point, well, that maybe it shouldn't be a cost, at all, and you could probably insert some other factor into it. Let's say, for instance, in order for you to be nominated, you have to have the signatures of a certain percentage of the electorate in your constituency or something like that, that it could be replaced as well. What do you think about that?
Well, to the former, I don't know definitively if that was the reasoning. I can only suspect. But I don't think it could be because the whole process of elections is something that is legally put in place. So the government has to provide the resources to ensure that there's a fair election.
Mm-hmm.
So that cost is always factored in. You can't, as I said, I don't think there should be any sort of consideration about making whatever fee it is part of that consideration for the reasons that I shared, that it should always be where the voters decide. Now, could we look at maybe making it, instead of a percentage, we could bring the number up a little bit more. You need to have, say, at least 4, and getting 4 people, it sounds low. Even two people,
Mm-hmm.
it sounds low, but it's not always that easy. It in terms of, if you know that you're not a favorable candidate, I don't think too many people are going to go and nominate you for whatever reason. So maybe we could look at the number. We could make it 4 or 6 or what have you. I don't know if it should be a percentage, because then, I mean, if you make that, you kind of almost eliminate the voter then for making their own choice, because if I'm going to nominate you, likely I'm going to vote for you.
Mm-hmm.
So if you make it, 10%, 20% or whatever, then you know that candidate for the most part will have 10 or 20% vote.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I think you already eliminate that choice that people will make between nomination day and the actual general elections, and being able to go out and field people and determine whether they'd like to vote for that candidate or not. I just think it should be free and very open, without any cost, really, in my view,
Mm-hmm.
and that allow that choice to be made by the voter. You don't disenfranchise the voter decision in that regard, and we don't hear anything about, hey, they got money and that's why they're running. No.
Yep.
Maybe, yeah.
Caller, one of the other things that I want to talk about later on, and I have about 4 minutes before we go to the commercial break, but
Another one of those?
Huh?
Another one of those breaks? Can we vote the day?
But I want to hear your views on this, and maybe take you up later on as well. And as a former civil servant, public servant, I think you can relate. You can relate to this as well.
Mm-hmm.
But you see individuals wanting to put themselves forward, not for any monetary or personal gain, but to make their contribution to the people of the Cayman Islands in terms of what they bring to the table if they became a parliamentarian, right?
Mm-hmm.
The private sector and government operate completely different, right? We've heard from some candidates that in the private sector, some companies have said no. The reputational risk that we take to our company, if you decide that you're going to run for politics, we're not giving you a leave of absence. You go and you're gone.
Mm-hmm.
While some other companies embrace it and may provide a leave of absence to the individual, allowing them to return if they are unsuccessful.
Right.
In government, I am not sure what the legislation says in relation to it, but we know that the mold has been broken at least in 2 occasions where those persons who were working for government resigned their position, ran for political office. In one case, person was successful in running. Then later on, after their political career, returned to government.
Yeah.
In another case, we knew where a person was unsuccessful and were able to return to government.
Yeah.
Do you believe that the ability, the flexibility should be there for at least the individual who decides to leave government and run for political office, at least have the opportunity to, we don't expect government to hold the job for them, but to at least have the ability to reapply and not be ostracized, or like in the seaman's days used to call it blackballing, when you got in trouble on a ship and the captain decided to blackball you. He made sure that the New York office know that you shouldn't be employed by any on any other vessel at that point in time. We're going to take the commercial break. If I can indulge you, to remain online, and we can talk about that when we return, if you may. Thank you very much, folks. We're going to go to our headline news. Please stay tuned for the Record Talk today. We'll be back shortly.
Since 1976.
Covering Grand Cayman, Little Cayman, Cayman Brac.
One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The headline news is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
I'm April Cummings with your latest headlines. 14 new police recruits are hitting the streets after a rigorous training program. The Royal Cayman Islands Police Service welcomed its latest class in a ceremony last week. The group is a mix of 4 women and 10 men who completed a demanding 22-week training course. In regional news in Dominica, High Court Judge Justice Colin Williams has dismissed charges of incitement against former Prime Minister Etienne James, as well as the leader of the main opposition United Workers' Party, Dr. Thompson Fontaine, and his predecessor, Lennox Linton. According to the charge against them, on February 7, 2017, they were involved in incitement by encouraging, persuading, or instigating by words, causing persons to jeopardize the safety or engender the public peace. It followed a UWP meeting at which calls were made for the resignation of Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerritt. Microsoft says video calling service Skype will be shutting down in May. The video calling service once had hundreds of millions of users and was once one of the world's most popular websites, allowing people to make voice calls via their computers to friends and family all over the globe for free. In an announcement on X, Skype said users can sign in on Microsoft Teams with their account in order to stay connected with all of their chats and contacts. Those are your headlines. I'm April Cummings.
Radio Cayman. More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Do you have a healthcare question but not sure who to ask? Contact HSA's Patient Call Center to speak to one of our experienced clinical team members. We are here to answer your questions and help guide you through your healthcare journey. Need to make an appointment? Our team can help. Contact HSA at 949-8600 or email info@hsa.ky. At HSA, we are committed to caring for you.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
Layman E. Scott Senior High School, formerly known as Cayman Brac Secondary Modern School and Cayman Brac High School, officially opened on January 23, 1967. with 73 students and 4 staff members under the leadership of its first principal, Layman E. Scott Sr. The school was renamed Layman E. Scott Senior High School on April 20th, 2011, in honor of Scott, who passed away on December 25th, 2010.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands, the ultimate staycation experience. Your culture, your freedom, the land that time forgot isn't gone. It's your Sister Islands.
Discover all that our Sister Islands have to offer.
Radio Cayman Talk Today continues.
Good afternoon and welcome back to Talk Today. I want to thank our caller who stayed on the line during that period. We were talking about those persons who work in the civil service, the public service, who want to contribute more to their country and make that decision to leave the civil service. Why should they be prevented from returning to the civil service? We know that the precedent has already been set. There is not any legislation that I know that prevents them, but we know sometimes you don't need legislation to be, for things to take effect. Caller?
Yeah, hi. Thanks, OC. Thanks for allowing me to share my views on it.
Sure.
They're personal, of course, because having been a civil servant nearly 17 years when I resigned to run for public office as well. So I know both sides of the story, never mind in the private sector. So we know that government does not disallow you from doing it for the same, from reapplying.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a given. But you did ask, I don't know if it was rhetorical or whether you were hoping, where you said they shouldn't be blackballed. Well, that is a systemic issue. That is one led from the leadership, and it should be set from that leadership perspective. Of course, they shouldn't be blackballed. It's something that is pretty horrible in our country, to be honest with you. In some countries, in many countries, people stand for public office, and it's not something that any one person will just decide overnight. There usually some sort of underlying conviction that they have. Some call it an itch, but they're celebrated. They're not blackballed, And most definitely, our civil service as a policy should ensure, in all respects, that is the case. That there's no sort of blackballing for anyone who stands for public office, having been a former civil servant, if they feel like, the service is where they'd like to get back to. I could speak to my own personal experience, but that's not relevant now in terms of where I'd like to go.
Okay.
I draw that circle a little broader. Actually, I actually think, for example, there should be some relaxing of the public servants and public servants being able to much more actively participate in our participatory democracy, because they have their views and convictions on things as well, and shouldn't be stifled. I remember before I left the service that they had advanced it a little bit, and there were categories of participation. So I believe, if I remember correctly, before I left, it was, for example, public servants can participate in elections, so they can do things like go and sit in a meeting. I mean, it's kind of hard that if you identify with something that a candidate is saying, that you should be able to clap. But I actually had people getting into the granular, talking about I saw them clapping, or I saw them carrying chairs, and it's really silly to think that because you're a public servant, you're not going to have a view. The candidate could be talking about, for example, their views on improving the education system. You may have children. That shouldn't have no bearing on whether you clap or blow the horn in that regard. It's kind of silly, actually. I mean, when you want to use North America, I mean, you have sheriffs that are elected You have people who, they're public
judges too.
Judges. So it's kind of silly. I don't know if that is a spin-off from the kind of British system. I don't know if the whole British system of participatory democracy. I don't know where that came from, but I really think we should examine it, and we certainly shouldn't be blackballing people. I mean, bless the companies that understands that people have convictions and don't want to lose that employee and is willing to work with that employee to say, hey, you want to answer that call, we'd be willing certainly to rehire you or to take you back on. Those are honorable businesses in my view, because they recognize that, there's a democracy and people may have convictions in that regard, and they support that mechanism. All this thing about sensitivity, I don't know so much about that. That's just part of that whole a smaller version of the blackballing in my view. So those are my thoughts on it, man. Anything we can do to increase the citizens, Caymanians, getting involved with their elected government, getting involved with the process, should be encouraged, not discouraged. And I just pray to good Lord that we get it right this time. That's all I need to say right now.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you so much, and thanks for holding on there and waiting while we did our headline news as well. Thank you very much. It's always good hearing from you, and you always, have well thought out views as well. Do we have any other callers, Miss Susan? No callers at this time. Okay, one of our listeners has. Oh, the WhatsApp caller, yeah. WhatsApp caller, good morning. Good afternoon. Welcome to Talk Today.
Good afternoon, OC. This is Minister Brian. I just want to say that last caller was so on point. I really appreciate him saying that. I wish I could say it, but it would be seen as bias because I'm an elected member. But he's 100% right. This is why so many people don't choose to run for office. And then I don't see anything wrong with more people putting themselves forward. And we're too much of a small island to be that.
We're getting a lot of noise in the background there from you, Minister.
Can you hear me better now?
Yes.
Okay. I was just saying that I fully support that last caller's viewpoint about civil servants. They should have the right to be able to express their thoughts and views and run for office without the worry of never being able to have another job again. There's a flip side to that, because you win and the person that you potentially could be running against is working for a policy for you. But I think we're more mature than that, because that causes a divide and a suppression of viewpoints. And the civil service is one of the biggest blocks of Caymanians that we do have in our community. And I know they want to express their viewpoints, and even run for office. So I agree with the last caller 100%, because I believe the more options the people have, the better purified result that we'll have, regardless of whatever that result will be. So I support that. I just wanted to say that. That's only one thing.
Thank you very much. For that as well. Any other calls on hold, Ms. Susan? Why don't we take the commercial break first, and then I keep getting confused with the morning show and the afternoon show in terms of when we take the commercial breaks. My apologies for that. So our next commercial break will be at 1:30. Let's grab the caller. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome to Talk Today.
OC, good afternoon. How you doing?
Good afternoon. I'm fine. How are you?
Oh, I'm here close by your sister, man. Just enjoying the good, beautiful sun today. Sweet breeze. Oh, see, I got a problem and a big one.
Okay.
I need your assistance. It's a problem with flow. Listen to me. Like 2-3 weeks ago, they were going around upgrading your internet and getting better service and whatnot. And with that, the price go up. So I'm paying $32 more than I would normally pay, which, I mean, with what they had offered, it was okay, because it was included with, you wouldn't have to top up your phone anymore, I was satisfied with that. and they called and told you that, you know, the next bill, what you would have to pay. And then what happened, 6 days now, I've been out of TV. And Mr. Connor, I have called every number from Flow, and it's saying that they cannot take a call now because they're full up. I would like for you to get hold to somebody. The weekend is here, and 6 days I've been out of TV. It's just saying.
Did you try going into their office if you possibly could?
Well, Mr. Connor, you know, my situation, I can't get into the office, you know. But I've been calling the numbers, and nobody is picking up. And that was from yesterday. I called till I was sick. I called today again till I was sick. Nobody in Flow is answering. Nobody in Flow is answering.
And do they have a number? Do they have an extension where you can report faults?
Calling that too.
Okay.
Nobody answering on that. That one says that's an answering machine though. But when they ask you the questions, and then you wait 5 seconds to answer you back, and then when you get about 6 questions, it cuts off on its own. You got to dial back again. So, you know, I mean, they're offering you better service, but then you're getting better service. You can't contact nobody. I don't know if anybody in Radio Cayman can call them and get hold to them. I wish them luck. But I've been trying from yesterday, and a couple other people beside me been trying. He can't get hold to him. My brother don't how, and he's right there in town. He can't get no TV neither. He said he only getting 2 channels. I not getting no channels at all now on my TV, none at all. So I don't know if you could make a little announcement to Flow and see what he can, if anybody can respond to them.
And hopefully someone from off reg is listening as well. You know, to the issues that you're having. You know, maybe we can try to contact off reg to see if they are aware of any major issues.
Yeah. You know. But anyhow, thank you. If you get here to any information, yes.
We'll certainly do. We'll certainly do. I know that several people were inquiring about pensioners and the uplift as well. I don't know if you heard what I read earlier in relation to the amount going from $1,250 to $1,500, and it will be in March's payment, and it will be retroactive to January of this year.
The pensioners?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that'd be good. I didn't hear that.
That's for you know, pensioners who didn't receive that ex gratia payment, and those that are getting the $1,250 now, it jumps up to okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what we can hear from Flo.
Thank you, but see if anybody can get hold of Flo. I know Mr. Miles, I think Mr. Rudy Miles is a part of Flo. I know sometime back he assisted me. He heard me call in on Radio Cayman, and right away he contacted me and assisted me, you know. But I don't have his number. And I mean, the weekend is coming, and, you know, the old people, all they can do, the pensioners, retired people, all they can do is watch TV on the weekend. 6 days I've been out. From right after they came and upgrade the internet, it went out.
Okay. You know? So you have no internet service at all, or just the TV?
No, I got internet service.
Okay.
It's the TV.
Okay. Do you use Facebook, or you have someone who has access? Do you have a family member who has access to Facebook? Because I am told that sometimes if you send something through their Facebook page, that you normally will can get a result or get some response much quicker as well.
No, well, who I know, not going on Facebook. Now I only got one face
and no book. Okay. All right, let's see.
I don't go online either, because I didn't go clothesline no more. I had a buy a dryer, I can't go outside. So.
Okay, let's see what happens with it. We'll see what we can progress on this end. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, caller. We have another caller, Miss Susan. WhatsApp caller. Good afternoon. Welcome to Talk Today.
Good afternoon, Mr. Connor.
Good afternoon. How are you?
How are you? I'm good, I'm good. You know what's coming up on Sunday?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
I mentioned it. I mentioned all those names on. I forgot D. Kurt Tibbetts. I forgot his. I think I did it on Wednesday or something like that. Yeah.
Oh dear. But you know what? It's not too late. You can still do it today.
So true. Yeah. Or a belated one on Monday.
Well, I would suggest do it today. All right.
Yep.
Don't say you haven't been forewarned. Anyway, Mr. Connor, by the way, I'm sorry. This morning, for some reason, I had a little problem getting your show in the very beginning. I didn't know what was going on. Anyway, so I missed your announcement. So thank you very much. And I plan to enjoy it. I'll tell you all about it once I can.
Okay.
Anyway, I was just listening to your last caller about flow. And I just wanted to make a suggestion, and hopefully this might help, that if he can call, the local mean number where Lana will answer, and hoping she's still there too, and ask to speak to Danny Tatum.
Okay.
And yes, because that may be his only hope right now, or maybe someone is listening and they will reach out to him, because what he's explaining, I never had Flow TV. I would never do that. When they came to me, I said, I'm sorry, you're in the business of phones. You ain't getting that right, so why won't you messing with my TV? But anyway, I had problems with them, and I ended up having to reach out to Danny Tatum, and he assisted me with the problem. Of course, I had gone through myriads of them before I got to him. He apologized, and he got it all sorted out for me. So to the caller, I hope that, he can get on to Danny, but he'll have to do it, like I say, through, because I don't know if he would have Danny's, cell number, but he could call. What's that number again? Is it 7300, 8300? The Flow Me number. Where they answer you in Cayman.
I think, is it 7800?
7800,
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, and ask for Danny Tatum. And if he gets to speak with Lana, he could tell Lana what the problem is, and she would be more than happy to. Someone is listening, and they just sent me a number for one of the texts. If you give me a second, I'll have a look at it and tell you, and perhaps this could help the gentleman. They're giving me the number. Write it down. It's 916-5850. And they say that's Wardley Connolly's number. So tell the person to reach out to Wardley Connolly.
916 58 5850.
And to that listener, I say thank you. See?
Yes, yeah. Helps.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to stay tuned in and listen. And like I said, I know it's getting all exciting now, This is where we're at. And looking forward to nominations day. I think that's, when we see it all.
Yeah, and if on Monday morning you don't hear me for the record, you know where I'm at too then, right?
Oh, yes. Oh, by the way, let me ask, is Radio Cayman planning to stream it as well, or no?
The nomination? Well, because there are several nomination posts at the same time, it's going to be difficult. So I'm not sure, how management plans on handling that, as well.
Okay, I thought they did it sort of in a sequence, like in other words, you start in the east and then you keep moving west, so that if you wanted to, physically even follow it, that you could. I don't know.
Yeah, because you never know, and you also never know when an individual or individuals are going to show up for a nomination. Some try to get there early. Some will leave it until the last minute, to have that nail-biting tension and stuff like that, to it as well. But yeah.
But also, perhaps if they know that you're going to stream it and you're going to be there at a particular time.
Free publicity, huh?
During that time, that is a good free advertisement for them.
Yep.
So maybe you might want to say that today if that's what Radio Cayman is going to do. And for the watchers and the listeners, it'd be good for us too, that we can sort of get to take in as much as we possibly can. Because I know it's a long procedure, from east to west. But, I'm just hoping that I'll be able to take some of it in, online.
I'm told that Radio Cayman will have reporters at each nomination location and will be, reporting as the nomination process moves forward. Yeah.
Okay, so does it start from east to west, or you have some simultaneously? How does, the scheduling, of Radio Cayman?
Oh, I'm not sure. But hopefully we will advertise that and or put it up on our Facebook page or something. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you
Have
very
a
much.
Great weekend.
You
Stay
too.
safe.
Okay. Any other callers, Miss Susan? So one caller. Let's grab the caller. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome to Talk Today.
Hi, good afternoon, Mr. Connor.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing good. It's good to see you in another seat.
Thank you.
Will you be filling in indefinitely, or you're not sure yet?
Well, I'll be limited in terms of what I can do, but wherever I can be of help and assistance, I will offer myself up.
Okay. I wanted to touch on Mr. Well, I'll just say that the caller before the last caller.
Mm-hmm.
And in going around canvassing, I have come across another senior couple who was experiencing similar situations as that caller. And I can tell you that this isn't about bashing Flow today, but I can honestly tell you that they need to reevaluate their customer services. I don't know if he will get through on the 7800, but I can tell you I haven't gotten through on that for a long time. And he's correct. Just about any number you call connected to Flow does not answer. They've moved their entire customer services with anything that's not bill pay
overseas.
From Savannah to West Bay Road. And you definitely have to go in order to deal with certain things. Now, my other primary reason for calling is that I want to see that these companies try to facilitate our senior citizens. There should be a specific designated helpline for persons in a certain category, because many of these persons, seniors, disabled, they're almost immobile, or they don't have transportation, and they rely. You hear that caller said that he doesn't do social media, and a lot of our elderly people are in that same state of mind, because they're just not interested and they don't want to do it. And I know times of change and the world is evolving, but we cannot leave the people of our islands that have helped build this island and help it to get to where it's at, but then they're getting forgotten, because all they have to look forward to is their phone and their TV and their even their internet, because they use it for other purposes. Some use it for their WhatsApp if they don't have data and that sort of thing. So I'm glad that caller came on and expressed his situation, what he's going through, and I hope
and highlighted it. Yes,
I hope it'll be an eye opener for some of these companies. And the other thing I've been wanting to advocate for is that our senior citizens also have some form of discounts with services that they have to take avail of: water, phone, internet, electricity, and that sort of thing. Even going overseas, sometimes if they're not going for medical reasons and so forth, we really have to put a strong emphasis and highlight on making sure that our seniors are comfortable and they're living their best way that they can live within the facilities that they have available to them. I know rent is another issue for senior citizens. I found in my canvassing also is that two couples now have to move in the middle between now and the middle of the year, and they're not able to find anywhere in Georgetown to move. They can't afford rent. One couple is getting assistance from DFA, and this is another thing that we need to take a look at. You know, we're going to see these seniors move out of the districts where they've been most comfortable for all their lives and have to potentially be uprooted out to another district far away where they're already challenged with how they're living their lives, you know. And so I'm glad that caller called and highlighted that, and I hope that we can, someone who's listening and sent you a number, I hope other persons are listening and try to take care of this. It was hurtful to hear that gentleman saying, you know, he can't get out. You know, he's a regular caller on the show, and it's obvious that he listens to the show often, and it's a part of something that he looks forward to and that gets him through the day and that sort of thing. It's the little things in life, you know. So I just wanted to leave that there with you, and hopefully that Flo will hear this, and they really need to. Oh, the other thing I wanted to touch on with Flo is they've sent out a text message last week telling you automatically that they have upgraded your plan, like phone plan, right? And there was no notification coming out saying that they were going to upgrade phone plans. And so I went to their office in the Savannah, and the lady said, well, it's being done. I think she said April, right, was when they're going to roll it out. Okay. And that gives customers time to come in and talk to customer service about it and decide if they want to keep the plan. Now, this is their minimum plan. For example, my bill was $50. It's a straight number. And they're now increasing mine to $55. And the justification was, oh, we're giving you extra data. But how do you know I want to pay an extra $5 for my phone plan, even if it means extra data? You didn't ask me.
Mm-hmm. They're making an offer you can't refuse.
Well, yes, but then I think they're also, and that's the minimum plan that she says that they had. Mm-hmm. But I think lawfully, they should be offering customers the plans and then let them decide if they want to upgrade.
I'm sure that's something that Off-Reg should be or will, once they're aware of it, they will look into that as well. Caller, I'm going to ask you to leave us there. We have to go to a commercial break. Thank you very much. And please feel free to call back if the lines are open. I'm not sure if we have guests in the studio, but if we do, then of course, the phone lines would be closed off for a while. Please stay tuned. Talk today. We'll be back shortly.
Subway and Oreo has changed the dessert game. Introducing the Oreo footlong cookie, a full 12 inches of chocolatey, creamy goodness. It's big, it's bold, and it's here for a limited time. Perfect for sharing or not. We won't judge. Want it fast? Order ahead with the Subway Cayman Islands app for quick pickup and earn loyalty points, or get it delivered straight to your door with Bento and Let's Eat. Don't wait. Treat yourself today. The Oreo footlong cookie is calling your name. Subway. Eat fresh. Snack sweet.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
Easter vacation is just around the corner, and Cayman Airways has added multiple extra flights to some of your favorite destinations, some of mine too. Look here, they got seats available now for booking on extra Easter flights between Grand Cayman and Kingston, La Ceiba, Miami, Cayman Brac, Little Cayman, and you can even catch a non-stop flight to Montego Bay for Easter. Check it out. You can visit CaymanAirways.com, contact a local travel agent, or call Cayman Airways Reservations on 949-2311. And don't wait too long though, because these extra Easter seats always sell fast. Be sure to add your Sir Turtle Rewards number to your booking so you can earn more miles for more free trips this year. Well, I know where I'm going. I'll see you on board a uniquely Caymanian airline for Easter.
There you go, sir.
Thanks for choosing JN Money Transfer.
Boy, thanks to JN Money Transfer, I can stay right here in Cayman and pay mama bills back home in Jamaica. Her water, light, phone and other bills never late. Every month I pay everything in one place.
Make payments to over 30 companies in Jamaica through JN Money Transfer. Fast, affordable, convenient. Call 1-800-744-1163 for details.
Attention Cayman! Transform your kitchen for less with Granite Express, Cayman's big clearance sale. Sale has now been extended till March 18. Get huge discounts on granite and quartz kitchen countertops. Plus, refresh your space with our cabinet respray services for as low as $3,950. If you only want a countertop, prices start at $2,150. Don't miss this limited time offer. Visit Granite Express Cayman today or call 922-0424 for a free estimate. That's 922-0424. Granite Express. Quality stone. Unbeatable prices. The nation listens. The candidates speak. Subway presents the General Election Debates live in studio on Radio Cayman 89.9 FM and 93.9 in the Sister Islands, starting March 10th. Every Monday and select Wednesdays from 7 to 10 p.m. 2 sessions. One powerful discussion. With Election Day fast approaching, hear what the candidates have to say on the cost of living, housing and development, economic growth, sustainability, education, transport, tourism, immigration, and more. Who has the vision? Who has the plan? Hear it all unfold live, unfiltered, and on the voice of the Cayman Islands. Radio Cayman, 89.9 FM and 93.9. Streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. Visit Radio Cayman's social media pages for debate details. Brought to you in part by Cayman Enterprise City.
Radio Cayman is excited to announce the launch of the new listener survey. You can visit Radio Cayman's website, Facebook, or Instagram pages. Take the survey and help shape the future of Radio Cayman.
Radio Cayman Talk Today continues.
Good afternoon and welcome back to Talk Today. Those of you who are just joining us, it is my pleasure to have in the studio with me Miss Ivana Martinez, who is the director of Cayman International Girl. She's here with her raffle, but we're going to have her tell us about her organization, what she does at the organization, and what the raffle is all about. Miss Martinez, good afternoon. Welcome to Talk Today.
Good afternoon, Mr. OC. Thank you so much. Hello, Cayman. How are you? Happy Friday and all that jazz. Hope everyone is doing well. Thank you, listeners, for tuning in and for always supporting one of the best radio stations in the Cayman Islands. This is Radio Cayman.
The best.
The best. I apologize. I was trying to,
be modest, right?
Yeah. All right. So as he mentioned, my name is Ivana Martinez, and I'm here to talk a little bit about Cayman International Girl. We are a youth development program. We have been around since 2015. It's a pageant aspect as well. We do etiquette training where we teach the girls how to use a knife and a fork, how to sit properly, how to act like a lady, because those are just things that we feel are very important for a young lady growing up, for anyone really, but for sure our focus is to get the young ladies to act appropriately, especially in this day and age where we know things that be happening. But
and
also,
what age do you start at?
We have all ages. It's never too small and it's never too old. Our youngest contestant before was 5 months. And our eldest contestant at one point was 60 years old. Okay. Yes, and we have an international component where the girls then go and travel overseas and compete as well in separate divisions. So then we have categories like 0 to 2, 3 to 4 years old. 0 to 23 months, 2 to 3 years old, 4 to 6 years old, 7 to 9, 10 to 12, 13 to 14, 15 to 17, and then 18 and up, being married or not married, or having children or not children. We focus a lot on the community, so we do a lot of community events. Like we go to the Pines Retirement Home and we do like mini fashion shows, and just visit them. And we do it at a time where we feel it's not like Christmas or times that people normally go, you know, because what happens throughout the rest of the year, you know, they need visiting then too.
Yes, they inundated at one time, and then after that, everyone forgets about them.
Exactly. And then we also help with Meals on Wheels, coin drives for Jasmine. We always volunteer. We push the girls to be involved in the community as much as possible because we believe the youth is the future, and we're trying to build pillars of the community. So that's that part. And then we'll have our event. As I mentioned, we are a pageant. It'll be at the Hartwell Theater on March the 29th. That's a Saturday. And the gates will open from 6:30. We will have tickets at Funky Tangs. So you can be sure to go there and check it out. What else was I going to say? I think I said a lot about that already. Oh, the competition is interview, casual wear, formal wear, and talent. That's my favorite part. Oh my goodness, to see these girls shine on stage. So we welcome you to come on out and support the girls. But the main event that I'm here for today is for a raffle. This is one of our fundraisers that we do. This helps the ladies to go overseas internationally and represent the Cayman Islands and show the world a little bit of what the Cayman Islands can do. So just in February, they got invited. A few got selected to go to New York for a New York Fashion Week. And they graced the stage in New York, and they were also on the billboards in New York. And so what the girls did, instead of going around and just asking for sponsorship and, you know, begging for little sponsors here and there, which we love Cayman because we know that everyone is really supportive. But what we did is we made them do raffle tickets. So what the girls did was donate the prizes themselves or reach out to companies for help with the prizes. And then they went out and they sold the raffle tickets at the supermarkets, etc. And so now we're here just making sure we hold our part of the bargain and do the actual raffle. And we always try to be transparent. So we always come on Radio Cayman to help us in doing that. This is a small one. As I mentioned, we usually have our bigger one for like the summer when the girls are ready to leave.
Okay.
So this one only is 11 prizes. But still, we have to do what we have to do and give people their prizes because we're so grateful for their help. And we're actually a bit late because it was supposed to be on the 24th. So I apologize if anyone who supported us and is listening and was wondering where, you know, these calls were for these prizes. We are here. We're getting it done. And we do apologize. Thank you so much.
So it was supposed to be the 24th of this month?
Yes.
So you're on the 4 days. Right?
I know, but still. You know, I try to teach my girls to be organized and be on time. And then, you know, I missed the mark on that one. But I will say I was preparing for the actual event, the big event, which is happening on March 29th, which has taken up a lot of our time.
I can imagine,
that's what we've been dealing with. Oh, on Friday, we also have at the Seafarers Hall at 6 o'clock to... Is it 6? No, 6:30. Let me stop giving false information. From 6:30 to 8, we have a smaller segment, which is only $10. You can come out. You don't have to go and buy tickets. You just come. You can pay at the door. And it's kind of like the warm-up or the prelims for the girls before the actual event on Saturday. That's where they'll do like photogenic, cover model, photo model, glamour girl, people's choice, popular miss, and then there's also a beautiful doll segment, which is where they come out with their formal wear and they do their walk, graceful, poise, etc. And then we have a modeling section as well, so that's fun if you want to come out and support. Yeah.
Okay. Now, my question would be: is Cayman International Girl affiliated with any international organization,
yes.
any huge organization?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, sir. So as mentioned, we are Cayman International Girl, and just so we would have Florida International Girl, we would have Arkansas International Girl, we even had South Africa International Girl. So basically, it is a franchise which is international, and Cayman is a part of it, and that's why we have that third tier, our international level, where after the girls compete here, we then get to go overseas and compete against all other different countries. And this year, actually, well, last year, I should say, we won 2 of the international titles. So we have 2 of our reigning queens right here in Cayman. That is the young Miss Annalie Martinez Castro. She won the 10 to 12 division. And then we have Miss Kevianne Pierre. She is our international women's division. So the girls did really well. Yeah.
Okay. Miss Susan, our next break is what? Okay, yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to take the commercial break now, and then when we come back, we can get right into the raffle. So, folks, don't change that dial. Please stay tuned. When we return, we will be having a raffle with the director of Cayman International Girl, Miss Ivana Martinez.
Yay.
Talk Today. We'll be back shortly.
Stay cyber secure with Cayman National. Here are a few tips that will benefit you. Ensure to log out completely when you finish any online banking activities. Be aware of phishing attempts and only click links from trusted sources that are sent from your device through emails and messages. Remember, Cayman National will never ask you for your credentials. If you suspect a fraud attempt or that your account has been compromised, please immediately contact our customer support team at 949-8300.
Did you know ordering your favorite sandwich from Subway just got easier? Yeah, picture this. No more waiting in line. No more fussing with cash. Just a delicious taste of Subway at your fingertips. With our new app, ordering your go-to sub is as easy as a few taps on your phone. Plus, receive exclusive deals and earn loyalty points with every purchase made on the app. Download the new Subway app today and get ready to ditch the lines and drive straight into your flavor. Visit the App Store or Google Play Store on your mobile phone and search for Subway Cayman Islands. Subway. Eat fresh.
Easter vacation is just around the corner, and Cayman Airways has added multiple extra flights to some of your favorite destinations, some of mine too. Look here, they got seats available now for booking on extra Easter flights between Grand Cayman and Kingston, La Ceiba, Miami, Cayman Brac, Little Cayman, and you can even catch a non-stop flight to Montego Bay for Easter. Check it out. You can visit CaymanAirways.com, contact a local travel agent, or call Cayman Airways Reservations on 949-2311. And don't wait too long though, because these extra Easter seats always sell fast. Be sure to add your Sir Turtle Rewards number to your booking so you can earn more miles for more free trips this year. Well, I know where I'm going. I'll see you on board a uniquely Caymanian airline for Easter.
Cayman, could it be you? Tortuga's 10K giveaway is back, and someone's walking away with $10,000 in cash. Every time you spend $25 at Tortuga, in store or online at tortuga.ky, you get a shot at winning big. As well as $10,000 in cash, we've got thousands in giveaways to hand out every week. Think staycations, the latest iPhones, exclusive experiences, and more. Get in to win. Visit tortuga.ky for the full terms and conditions.
Get your tickets now for Grand Cayman's biggest one-day family fun day, the 56th Annual Agricultural Show at the Stacey Wartler Agricultural Pavilion in Lower Valley. Ash Wednesday, March 5th. Raffle tickets are on sale now at eventpro.ky and include general admission to the show. Not one, but two $10,000 grand prizes. All the fun, all the entertainment, the food, the animals, the plants, and homemade goodies. Get your raffle tickets now at eventpro.ky. The 56th Annual Agricultural Show, Ash Wednesday, March 5th.
Radio Cayman Talk Today continues.
Good afternoon and welcome back to Talk Today. In the studio, Miss Ivana Martinez, who's the director of Cayman International Girls, which is a youth development program, amongst other things, right?
Yes,
and we have a raffle that will take place now, and this is based on raffle tickets that were sold. What period of time that was?
In February.
In February.
Yeah,
in
right
February.
In February.
And the raffle was due to take place on the 24th. It's taking place today. So this is my first time doing it. So tell me how this is going to work out.
All right. So, I had to make sure all the staples were out, because the last time when we got Mr. Sterling to help us out, he said the staples cut him. So I apologize if you're listening, sir. But basically, again, talking about transparency, I don't want anyone to say that it's rigged or that I did anything, so my hands won't even touch this pot. It'll be you. You can just keep pulling, and I will go writing it down.
Okay.
You can pull it out. You can announce the name, or you can pass it back to me to announce the name. It's really up to you.
You
let me announce.
And do I get 10% of each winners?
No, absolutely not. All right. So the first gift that we have is for Kirk's Supermarket, and this goes to Mr. Martin Blake. Mr. Martin Blake, thank you so much, and congratulations on your Kirk's Market gift certificate. Thank you so much for your support. The girls did great in New York and they had a good time. You helped Cayman to be known just a little bit more. Thank you so much.
Okay.
All right, next one.
I've gone to the bottom of the pile this time.
Thank you, thank you. And it is his hand. I'm confirming for those that are not online with us. Are we online? Yeah. Can we be seen? I don't.
Yes, yes. You
okay,
can.
so
Yes,
there
yes,
you
yes.
go.
You're on
For
YouTube.
those who are listening, he is pulling, not me. All right. Here we go. This is Miss Arabelle Rakina. Miss Arabelle Rakina, congratulations. You have won $25 to Foster's. Thank you so much. Okay, Foster's. Okay, yay. All right, we have Miss Camille. Miss Camille, thank you so much. You have won a Foster's gift card, $25. Thank you so much. And these tickets were only $5, right? So you're still getting away with a bargain here, right? Yeah. And of course, you supported the girls and the youth of the Cayman Islands. Precisely. So thank you so much. Here we have Miss Assis. Miss Assis?
How do you spell it?
Assis.
Assis.
Well, congratulations. You won $25 to Camana Bay. Thank you so much. All right, next. This is a Bath and Body Works. Thank you. Bath and Body Works spray. This is Chantal Beckford. Chantal Beckford, thank you so much. You won Bath and Body Works. Bath and Body Works spray. Thank you. All right. Now we have, this is a Casanova $25 gift cert. Nisian Williams. Nisian Williams, thank you so much. You got to go and enjoy Casanova. Thank you for your support.
Yep, nice restaurant, Casanova.
Yeah, it's been around forever, right? We love Casanova. All right, here we have, this is a Bath and Body Works set. Bath and Body Works set. We have Jacqueline Davis. Jacqueline Davis, thank you so much for your support. And we hope you enjoy your Bath and Body Works set.
Okay. How many more we have to go?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
Yes. Quick and easy. Easy peasy. All right. Now we have a $25 gift cert to CUC. $25 to CUC. Mr. Angel Medina. Angel Medina, congratulations. You got $25 to CUC. And here we go. Mr. Omar Delby. Omar Delby, congratulations. You got $25 to CUC. Thank you so much for your support. The ladies did great in New York.
And the winner is?
And no, we have one more, right?
I know, I'm kidding.
All right, so this one is a 1-hour photo shoot with Mr. Danilo from Tatum Photography. He's a great photographer. He's been a part of our system supporting the girls, giving his time, editing the photos and all that jazz for us. We appreciate him very much. And so he has given a 1-hour photo shoot for this raffle, and we thank you very much. The winner is Mr. Terrence. Mr. Terrence, thank you so much and congrats. You get a 1-hour photo shoot session. Photo shoot, yes, thank you. And here we go. Lucky winner to Mr. Trevor Legister. Mr. Trevor Legister, you are the new proud owner of our 13-inch Android tablet. Wow. Thank you so much. I'd say that's good for $5. Thank you so much for your support, Cayman. We love you very much. We have been around since 2015, as I mentioned. And throughout all those years, we've always gotten support from the community, and we appreciate you. It makes a difference in these girls. Many of them have now grown up. They've gone to interviews for college, and they've gotten rave reviews where they can tell the difference in the way that they speak, in the way that they sit in the room and carry themselves, in the way that they dress and just present themselves overall. And it's things like this that makes a difference from an early age. We thank you so much. Bye.
Okay.
Over to you.
before you go,
before I go, okay.
I want to give you an opportunity again to those parents who may be interested
Yes,
in having their young girls join, or you say it goes up to age?
Yeah, we go all ages.
So those persons who may have an interest, tell them about it.
All right. So if you're interested, you can find us on Instagram and Facebook. We are Cayman International Girl. You type that in and you'll see us. If you need to email us, you can go to Cayman International Girl Pageant at gmail.com. Pageant is Pageant. Cayman International Girl Pageant at gmail.com. And this year, it is too late to enter, but you can start getting ready for next year. You can also come out and see the show on March 29th, Saturday, at the Harco Theater at 6:30, and you can get an idea of what we're about, or just to come out and do something that night with your children. You can bring your grandparents, your mom, your dad, bring the whole family and make it a night.
Is it an entry fee for that as well?
Yes, sir.
Tell them about that. Yeah.
Thank you. So tickets are available at Funky Tangs. They are $30. Oh, sorry, $25, and at the gate you pay $30. So $25 for your tickets, and it's $30 at the gate. And children are $15. So yes, hope you can come out and see you there.
Okay. I was particularly, we still have about 5 minutes to go. I was particularly interested in the fashion, was it Fashion Week in New York?
Yes.
And how were you able to pull off that coup in terms of, because that's big time.
Yeah, it is. It's awesome. And again, it's a part of having that franchise or association with the international aspect of International Girl. So our International Girl director, co-director, she's the daughter of the actual director. She used to be involved in like dance studios and TV and things like that. So she has some, I don't want to say connections, but like contacts for people who have been in the business and those model agencies and things like that. And she thought it would be a great component to offer something additional to the girls who may not necessarily just be interested in pageant, but might want to enter into the modeling world or the acting world. And so they have Model of the Year. And with that component, you then get to model and you get to go overseas to New York and represent your country, whatever that may be. And because we are a part of that association, when they were doing it in New York this year, they chose a couple of girls from Cayman and a couple of girls from the other states, and we all went over to be a part of that.
Those parents and guardians, these days, that there are due diligence checks that have been made. So when you're entrusting your young ones to various organizations and those people who run them, what sort of assurances do you give the parents that their child or children are in good hands?
Well, the parents are more than welcome to go and join overseas, to go and see the process, to speak with everyone. The questions are there. And for me, in my terms of being here and the representative here, I've been involved in pageantry since I was 11 years old myself. And I think being around since 2015, that's 10 years. And remember, this isn't a need that people would necessarily see, right? This is something extra that you're involving your child in. And so for me, I feel that the years that we've been around is a testament to the results and the good impact that we have on kids before them. Like they go and they see the older girls who are now in college doing interviews and doing things in the community, being able to speak in public without being fearful. And I just think it's things like that, when a person gets to know you, and here in our community you see a person's character and you kind of build the trust from there.
Okay. That certainly is reassuring as well. Before we go to our commercial break and before we say goodbye to Miss Martinez, I want to remind our listeners to please stay tuned after Talk Today, which will end at 2:30. And we will bring you a message from the Honorable W. McKeeva Bush, Member of Parliament for West Bay West, and also a Parliamentary Secretary. So he will be bringing a message at 2:30, right after Talk Today. With that, Ms. Susan, we're going to throw it over to you. When we return, we reopen the phone lines as well. Just to remind you, the numbers are the same as if you were calling in on For the record, our toll-free number if you're calling from a Flow phone, 1-800-534-8255. Also 949-8037, 949-6990, or WhatsApp number 925-3261. And of course, if you just want to watch us, you follow us on YouTube. Do that by subscribing to Radio Cayman live stream, and don't forget Facebook as well. With that, we're going to throw it over to Miss Susan. When we return, the conversation on Talk Today will continue. Please stay tuned. Talk Today will be back shortly.
We give you honor and praise, adoration and glory.
Radio Cable.
Praise time.
Praise him, praise him. Come and let's praise the Lord. Come and let's praise the Lord. Praise him in the morning and in the evening. Oh, let's praise the Lord.
Praise time in the morning.
Praise him, praise him.
Weekdays 6 to 6:30 a.m.
Radio Cayman, waking you up.
Rock my soul in the blues of my faith in hand. Rock my soul in the blues of my faith in hand.
Praise time.
I know he cares. He'll always be there. Oh, yeah. Praise him, praise him, praise him.
Praise time.
Set your clock for 6 a.m. or you will miss it.
Radio Cayman, maintaining the innovation.
On a daily basis, making it easy to connect with you, our listeners. Add us to WhatsApp today, 925-3261. That's 925-3261.
Radio Cayman.
Send a text or voice note.
Message us at 925-3261 on WhatsApp today and get active with Radio Cayman.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
Radio Cayman, maintaining the innovation.
From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines.
The Headline News is brought to you by Kirk Market.
I'm April Cummings with your latest headlines. The 4 migrants who arrived in the Creek area of the Brac over the weekend are being processed. The Cayman Islands Customs and Border Control Service says the vessel arrived around 4 p.m. Saturday and all individuals on board were, quote, secured and received into custody. In international headlines, U.S. President Donald Trump is expected to sign an executive order today, making English the official language of the U.S. This is according to White House officials. It would scrap requirements that federal agencies provide language services to non-English speakers. The U.S. has never had an official language in the nearly 250 years since the country was founded. White House officials say the order is intended to improve government efficiency and promote national unity. The United Nations humanitarian coordinator in Haiti says the ongoing gang violence in the French-speaking CARICOM country has displaced more than 1 million people, nearly a tenth of the population, or 3 times more than last year. A Kenya-led multinational security support mission authorized by the UN Security Council is on the ground to assist the Haitian National Police in combating the gangs. Those are your headlines. I'm April Cummings.
www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Radio Cayman Talk Today continues.
Good afternoon and welcome back to Talk Today. We have less than a half an hour to go in the show this afternoon. Earlier, one of our listeners sent this question in and I didn't get an opportunity to address it. So we will do so now. So the question was, do you have any knowledge on how the Speaker of the House will be selected this time? Will he come from within the new government, parliamentarians, or will he or she will be chosen from the outside? So obviously the writer knows that the provisions in our Constitution allow for the Speaker to be chosen from amongst the 19 members of Parliament who are elected, or chosen from the outside, like our first Caymanian Speaker and national hero, Honorable Sybil McLaughlin. One of the first things that will take place when the Parliament first meets is to select a Speaker of Parliament. That is one of the first things, because in order, until then, it's usually the father or mother, I don't know if such term is used, of the House, will sit in the chair for the Speaker to be selected, because it's the Speaker then who will then direct the business of the Parliament, from there. And there are various scenarios, and it depends. To a certain extent, it will depend on the makeup of the elected members of our Parliament. If it is a situation where all of the parliamentary seats are necessary in terms of the formation of a government and having the required backbench support, if those numbers are not favorable, then it is quite possible that a Speaker may be chosen from outside of the Parliament so that the numbers can be obtained inside Parliament and as far as the Cabinet is concerned. Other political considerations may be the support that has been promised by any one individual. I will support your party during the campaign, during the elections, and I would like to be the Speaker, of Parliament as well. It is not unusual for that to happen, and to point out also, there are lots of perks that come with being the Speaker of Parliament as well. Lots of perks that come with it, not to mention the salary as well. So it is an extremely attractive position. One of the things that I thought about, and I wonder whether or not it had been considered by the political parties, especially the party that saw several of their incumbents deciding not to contest the next general election, and whether or not any thought from a strategic standpoint was given to the fact that if they had popular sitting members of Parliament who felt quite confident based on previous election results, the last election results, who felt quite confident that they would be re-elected, why not have them run again, serve 1, maybe 2 years, and then they resign and have a by-election for that particular constituency. That would be one way of ensuring that you get the numbers to form the government, and you at least get to do so for 2 years. And depending on your success, if you're successful, then it gives you the opportunity to take the high ground, to ride the wave in a by-election for those particular constituencies, that the member would then resign his or her seat, open it up for a by-election, and then they put their other candidate in there. That would be one way of getting, control, of government. Don't know if anyone gave thought to it, but with me, in my political scientist mindset and thinking of strategy, now, quite possible that the electorate may not like that either, but we see these days that in some jurisdictions they pull out all of the stops. They pull out all of the stops as well. We have a caller. Hopefully before the close of the show, I want to talk about possible voter apathy. What we have seen in, for instance, in Bermuda, where I think it was only about 55% of the registered voters chose to vote. If you read the Jamaica Gleaner today, one of the popular pollsters in Jamaica, I think it's the Don Johnson one, speaking about the fact that it is quite possible that less than either 45% or less than 45% of the electorate in Jamaica will vote in the next general election that is constitutionally due to take place by September of this year as well. We know that there's lots of excitement in the air in the Cayman Islands with all of the candidates or potential candidates coming forward as well. And we have always seen a huge turnout in the Cayman Islands when it comes to elections. If you have any views on that, please feel free to call in. I believe we do have a caller on hold now. Let's grab the caller. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome to Talk Today.
Good afternoon to you, Mr. O.C.
Good afternoon, sir. Good to hear your voice. How are you?
Yeah, just fine. Thank you, sir, for the record and talk for the record for today. Yeah, many titles, many hats.
Thank you.
I wondered the same thing you're just saying. Why would an incumbent party members that pretty sure they looked as if they had strong there was strength there for them to almost certainly be reelected, or so it would appear. Why they didn't. I've sort of heard some of the reasons why. I respect them so very much, and I'm in my position. I can't say too much, but I just wondered about that myself. Because politics is politics. You try to use your position when you're strong, and when you're sure you have. That's what it's all about. I'm sorry for those people who say, well, I'm a statesman, I'm not a politician. That's rubbish. That's rubbish. You're a that's why you're there.
Yes,
I
yes.
would hope nobody's going to run to say, I'm only running for one term and no more than that. That's nonsense. You can't fix everything in one term. And that comes to my next question. Why didn't we push towards, I've said it for years, and others have said it who are much more politically savvy than I am or have a better education, and that we should go towards a 5-year term because we are a colony, territory, whatever you want to call it. It's mere semantics. It's really the same thing. And why don't we go? Because it takes about a year to get all the conversations going on approval from Great Britain. It might mean the same year, but if you add it up in total, it's a year there, and that's a valuable time this back and forth and approvals on this and then making decisions that are, are pending with approval from Great Britain government, so forth. Why don't we go to a 5-year term?
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing I thought about is, and I still think we should do it, is the speaker should be an elected post. It should be an elected post. That's my feelings.
So you run for the position of speaker.
Yeah, you run for the position of speaker.
Okay.
You're not running for anything else.
Speaker,
and it's elected. It's a very important post, as we all know.
Yeah,
very important. And you have to have a great knowledge of how the government is run on civics and so forth, on the parliamentary procedure. And the best people, of course, would be former MLAs and former MPs and so forth. I don't have to call names, but I can think of a couple.
Yeah.
Anyhow, that is, elections are looked upon here as something like of a sporting event. Forward, oh boy, run, and I'm going to be following him, and I'm going to, and we're looking forward to this adversarial attitude, ma'am. He's my neighbor, but he's not for John, and therefore we're not friends while election time is on, but we're friends when it's not, and this kind of thing. And maybe we have to get out of that, and we are sort of getting out, younger people, but there is that apathy, as you said also. I think it's caused by the not distinct boundary lines between certain places. I see it here in West Bay, that you're not too sure if the old timers live on this side of the street and that one on that side, but they're no longer voting for the same person that they always voted for all along, so forth. I think that causes some kind of that helps to this sort of apathy feeling and so forth. I don't know if we go back to the other method of just one district, but you can vote for any one person in the whole district, etc. You get the feeling that people are a little bit confused. And I will say this, at great risk. I don't see any reason for a referendum. I don't see. Those topics have been around for the longest time. Our elected representatives know what they are. They've discussed it with their people, and I'm pretty sure they know who support it and who don't and how many. And I don't know why they just didn't put the bills before Parliament to pass these things or put it up, whatever you want to call it. And the next government, if they want to change it, I believe they're free to change things. And the referendum results can, I believe, be accepted or not accepted also.
Yeah, because they're just advisory in this particular case.
Advisory, right.
Yeah.
So what's the point in making more confusion by having a referendum? I think Mr. Akiva Bush had said it. I could be wrong. Just put it before them and let them decide. They had to decide. We know we've got to decide something about the gambling. We've got to either legalize gambling or make it illegal. Come on. It's been going on for years, and we know the millions of dollars that are spent on numbers every week. Let's not kid ourselves. It's a lot of money. If the government could get even a 3% tax on that, it's millions of dollars, and it's a very simple way to run it. Make sure before and other people know. I don't know why. Just legalize the gambling, and then they can decide which method they want to use. Then also with the port, we know both sides of the aisle more or less agreed. We need to have that pier. We need to have a pier. Maybe 2 piers would be better, but we need to have at least one big pier. Just put it through and say, yes, we're going to do it. Put it through the next government and say, well, no, we're not going to. It depends on who is there and who isn't there. And the other thing, what in the heck, I've forgotten what that is now. Oh, the ganja business. Just listen. The charges, don't make it simple. They don't put people in jail for smoking a spliff of ganja or something, but you got to worry about the supplier. They got to buy it from somebody, so he's going to be committing a crime, and you're going to be committing a crime, and go to him to buy. Allow them to grow a few pieces of ganja. I personally hate it, but I mean, I just hate the smell of it even. But that is it. That's my thoughts on that.
Thank you.
Before them, make it. You can grow a few pieces of ganja, tree or leaf, whatever you want. Grow a few for yourself, and it's perfectly legal for your own consumption. And that settles it. Just be decisive. Be courageous and be decisive.
Thank you. Thank you very much,
for
caller.
listening to me, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much as well. We're going to take our last commercial break, folks. Please stay tuned. Talk today. We'll be back shortly.
Easter vacation is just around the corner, and Cayman Airways has added multiple extra flights to some of your favorite destinations, some of mine too. Look here, they got seats available now for booking on extra Easter flights between Grand Cayman and Kingston, La Ceiba, Miami, Cayman Brac, Little Cayman, and you can even catch a non-stop flight to Montego Bay for Easter. Check it out. You can visit CaymanAirways.com, contact a local travel agent, or call Cayman Airways Reservations on 949-2311. And don't wait too long though, because these extra Easter seats always sell fast. Be sure to add your Sir Turtle Rewards number to your booking so you can earn more miles for more free trips this year. Well, I know where I'm going. I'll see you on board a uniquely Caymanian airline for Easter.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Stay cyber secure with Cayman National. Protect your computers and mobile devices with security software to defend against cyber attacks through viruses, malware, and other online threats. Be aware of unsecure Wi-Fi connections when in public. If you need to access your online banking or sensitive information on your mobile devices, try disabling the Wi-Fi and switching to data from your mobile network. If you suspect a fraud attempt, please contact our customer support team at 949-8300.
Get your tickets now for Grand Cayman's biggest one-day family fun day. It's the 56th Annual Agricultural Show at the Stacey Watler Agricultural Pavilion happening on Ash Wednesday, March 5. Raffle tickets are on sale now at eventpro.ky and include general admission to the show. Not one, but two $10,000 grand prizes. Get your raffle tickets now at eventpro.ky. It's the 56th Annual Agricultural Show taking place Ash Wednesday, March 5th.
Freedom, Cayman Brac. Freedom, Little Cayman. Soft breezes, blue waters, no traffic. Unwind and rejuvenate your mind, body, and soul. Sister Island Staycations, a taste of freedom. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer. Radio Cayman Talk Today continues.
Good afternoon and welcome back to Talk Today. My name is Orrett Connor, filling in for Sterling Dwayne Banks today. And of course, I will be lending my support in terms of covering until permanent replacement is decided upon. Meanwhile, again, I want to take this opportunity to wish our colleague and friend Sterling Dwayne Ebanks all the success in the upcoming general elections as well, and where possible, any encouragement, any advice we can give to him and stay within the legal framework. We, well, I can speak for myself personally. I would be more than happy to, to share my insights, my views, with him as well. I think it is important to note what I said earlier about voter apathy. what we have seen in other jurisdictions where voter turnout has been relatively low, and what the predictions are possibly for our neighbor Jamaica in their next election as well. Our voter turnout has always been high, and how do we ensure that there is no increase in voter apathy in the Cayman Islands, bringing to people's attention how pivotal each general election is, and each one seems to be more important than the last one as well, and getting that information out to people, getting them interested. And I believe that one way of doing that is to have a clean, positive campaign, but also at the same time being prepared to take the gloves off when necessary. And, you heard the other last caller talk about the fact that some of them say, really not politicians. Well, sometimes if you're not, maybe you shouldn't be in the game of politics. Then if you're a basketball player, you don't go, to the football field and expect to use basketball tactics on a football field, as well. Just saying. So don't forget that after the show, immediately after the show, this afternoon, Talk Today, we will bring you a message from the Honorable W. McKeever Bush, Member of Parliament for West Bay West, and Parliamentary Secretary. That will be immediately after we go off air. The previous caller also spoke about the referendum. We know now that the referendum questions in our upcoming general elections on the 30th of April, that the ballot paper that contains the names as well as the party affiliation, as well as the photograph of the candidates, that same ballot paper will also have the referendum questions on there. So you will vote on one ballot paper. When we had the referendum on the Constitution, you voted in two separate places. We again have seen in one jurisdiction, and I think it was only something like about 20 ballots where in that jurisdiction they have the system of at-large voting, and some voters only voted for the at-large candidates and didn't vote for the candidate for their particular constituency. I think it wasn't a large number, but something like 20. And the question was whether or not those persons realized that on that ballot paper they could also vote for the candidate, whether or not it was a deliberate choice on their part or whether or not they simply didn't understand the process. Voter education is going to be important in the Cayman Islands come April 30th, or even before then, I should say, because if we look at the election schedule, we see that after nomination day, the 3rd of March, the 7th of March, the notice of contested elections will be posted, and the first issue of postal ballots will take place on Monday, the 10th of March as well. Those postal ballots will go out with instructions to the postal voter. When you appear personally to vote at the polls, instructions are also given to you by the presiding officer telling you how the voting process works, but not who to vote for or what to vote for, but how the voting process works. So they may say, on the top part of this ballot paper, those are the candidates' names, and you're allowed to vote for one candidate in this constituency. And at the bottom of the ballot paper are the 3 referendum questions which you may vote for as well. Person has the choice to vote for the referendum questions only and not the candidates, and vice versa. But for those persons whose intention is to vote for both, we have to make it quite clear as well. It'll be interesting to see what transpires. The reason I say that is because we have seen an increase in the number of registered voters. What does that mean, folks? That means that we have quite a number of new voters, persons who have never engaged in the process before. So it isn't only incumbent upon the presiding officers at the poll or at the mobile voting station or the instructions that are given to the postal voter, but it is also incumbent on you, the candidates, and your agents to help to educate people on the voting process. Now, I know that in many instances, your interest is more in terms of who to vote for, as well. But while trying to encourage people to vote for your candidate, you want them to do it the right way as well. Otherwise, you could end up with a spoiled ballot. With that, folks, I want to say it has been bittersweet, I would say, sitting in for Sterling Dwayne Banks, because we're going to miss him. And I know that his faithful audience, dedicated audience, they are going to miss him as well. We wish him well in his endeavors. And we will support you as much as we possibly can as well. Don't forget that after this show closes off, that we will be bringing you a message from the Honorable W. McKeever Bush, Member of Parliament for West Bay West and Parliamentary Secretary. Folks, have a great weekend. Please stay safe, and may God continue to bless these 3 beautiful, wonderful Cayman Islands.
Talk Today is brought to you by Subway, open 24 hours in Countryside, Anderson Square in Georgetown, and Centennial Towers in West Bay. And by the Ministry of District Administration. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your sister islands. And Cayman Airways. Call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066.
Shaken yet standing firm. This is Radio Cayman.